It's been a week since the tragic plane crash in Ahmedabad claimed more than 270 lives. The investigation is still underway and the nation is awaiting answers as to what went wrong. Officials say that the debris, including the aircraft's damaged tail fin, still remains at the crash site as investigators hunt for clues to determine the exact cause of the accident. The Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau is leading an investigation in this crash and its officials are making regular visits to the site. Was it human error or a technical fault? There are many theories doing the rounds with different experts giving their own explanation as to what could have possibly happened. But definite answers will only come when the investigation is completed. For more of this, let's go right across to Captain Gopinath, who's the founder of Air Deccan, someone who knows the aviation industry in and out. Captain Gopinath, your reaction primarily to what has transpired as far as the unfortunate Dreamliner crash that we've seen in Ahmedabad.
I think a lot has been said about it. There is something about air accidents that grips the nation's attentions, the global attention. I don't think I can walk anywhere in my park or go to any shopping mall unless somebody who recognizes me and comes and says, "What do you want to, well, Captain, why did it happen?" You know. So we have more road accidents, more train accidents, but there's something about flight which captures the imagination, and when something goes wrong, almost to the point of obsession, everybody is focused on this. First, what I have to say is that the Tatas are known for their corporate governance, for the charity, for their integrity. As a company, probably the most highly respected company in that regard. So while there could be issues that they need to fix, one should not doubt their intention and seriousness to get this right. And the Tatas are known for their administrative acumen, administrative experience. They were there online, but I don't think everything is completely aligned as yet. So I think they have work to do, but I don't think anybody should panic, because the accidents could be pilot error, it could be malfunction of any component, electronics. It could also be the issue of the Boeing aircraft itself.
Right, and N. Chandrasekaran, the chairman of Air India, has said that the aircraft had a clean history, the engines were new and timely serviced, and the pilots themselves had exceptional professions. There were no red flags as such, as far as either the aircraft or the pilots are concerned. How do you see this?
Some of the Inspector Generals of the National NTSB, Transport Safety Board of America, who are the longest experience in the world in these kind of forensic audits, they have said it could be pilot error, it could be aircraft error in terms of some problem in the malfunctioning of the aircraft because some things were not maintained properly, or it could be the aircraft itself. And the pilots were that's the reason everybody is perplexed, because the pilots were very highly experienced pilots. They were not pilots who were picked up novices. So what Chandrasekaran says and Alan Campbell are absolutely correct. So we have now got the black box, which has got, see, these are the most modern aircrafts. 1,100 have been manufactured and about 1 billion people have already flown on them. It has never had of course, there were whistleblowers of this aircraft. It was investigated by the senators, in America, grilled the Boeing, and FAA inspected, NTSB inspected. Finally, the aircrafts were cleared, and 1,100 aircrafts are flying. There's not been a single accident. So this is the first fatal accident. But the thing is, there's a black box which has been recovered. It's got mountains of data. And all these aircrafts have got a lot of redundancies built into them. And a lot of people are speculating it could be a bird hit. No, we do not know. I'm saying we should wait. We should not speculate. We should not cast aspersions on anybody, including the Tatas, or the pilots, or the airline itself.
But how will accountability be fixed in such a scenario, sir?
Ultimately, in any organization, the buck stops always at the top. So, do you want to say whether the buck stops with the chief operations officer? Does it stop with the chief engineer? Does it stop depending on what the investigation says? Does it stop with the CEO of the airline? Does it stop with the chairman of the Tata Group, which is they've got 100 companies? So I think we shouldn't jump to the conclusions. What we have to wait is to have patience, wait for the investigation report, which will come out with the root cause. They'll pinpoint the cause of this accident. After that comes out, this information must be widely circulated in India for other airlines as well as the rest of the world. And in the meantime, the Tatas must internally figure out what went wrong, and if they feel somebody should be, against whom some action should be taken, they should take the action.
Right, and Mr. N. Chandrasekaran has also come out and apologized for this incident. How do you react to that?
Right thing to do. I'm sure. I think the whole nation is mourning with this loss. It could have been you in the flight. There was a lady who said that I was on the way to the airport, and then I was denied a flight. So I went back. But right now my thoughts are with the people. I can't say. There was a time when this aircraft crashed in. It was a turboprop which crashed in somewhere in the northeast with Mr. Morarji Desai. I was in the army then, and Morarji Desai survived, I think, with one more person. He came dusting himself and he said, "My faith in God has gone up." But the pilot and the co-pilot and others died. And I went for the funeral of the pilot in Kerala, I remember, from the army as a guard of honor to lay the wreath. So what about the pilot's family? Do they lose faith in God? Life goes on, and we should be optimistic and shoulder to the plow and work hard now and attend to the issues of all airlines, and especially now Tatas have serious work to do. I'm sure they will do it.
Right, and also, former Civil Aviation Minister Praful Patel has gone on to question the silence of Singapore Airlines, which is a partner of Air India. He says that Air India's CEO, Campbell Wilson, is a nominee of Singapore Airlines as well and formerly led its low-cost carrier Scoot. Of course, they put out a statement since, but Mr. Chandrasekaran of Air India has responded saying that Dreamliners were brought during the tenure of Mr. Patel in government. How are you viewing this sparring that's taking place?
I think these are needless controversies because, Singapore Airlines has 25% or 24%, I think, in the entire airline. So Tata's Sons owns 76%. So Tata Sons have appointed through Air India. I don't know what the structure is. They have appointed, the board has appointed a new CEO, and he's an experienced guy. And so I don't think Singapore Airlines, Tatas can request Singapore Airlines also to come and study it. But no, that's investigations are not carried out that way. Investigations are carried out by NTSB, which is the National Transportation Safety Board, because Boeing, they've got the most experience in the world. Boeing is manufactured there. The Boeing will be there. Then it will be led by DGCA. It is an investigation by the Indian government led by DGCA. There's the Tata technicians or Tata management, whom they appoint, the technical people. They should be there. These four will decide. You can't have, if you have got another shareholder, you can't call him also, right? Singapore Airlines has no role in this.
Okay, and also given that the Dreamliner aircraft itself is relatively new, and it is also, of course, a completely new way of designing an aircraft. It's the first major crash, as you mentioned earlier. Do you expect that this investigation would be landmark and could potentially reveal loopholes in the aircraft safety?
Yeah, I'm sure. I think they will look at that. But I think this, like they say, one swallow doesn't make a summer. One accident. After 1 billion people have flown 1,100 aircrafts, 14 years, it has been flying from 14 years. 14 years. And this aircraft was acquired by Air India 12 years ago. And so I think, purely speaking from statistics, it is not a statistics that should be uncommon.
All right, Captain Gopinath, thank you so much for joining us and putting across your perspective on what you make of this tragic incident that has taken place in Ahmedabad as the nation waits for answers as far as what could have possibly gone wrong as far as that Dreamliner crash is concerned. Thanks so much for joining us this evening.